Good morning, everybody. It's Chris Robinson, Robinson Ag Marketing, with today's pre-opening grain and livestock comments for Wednesday, the 29th. First off, I'll be on RFD TV today at 11:45 Central Time. Tune in there or listen to your radio. Hopefully, by then we've recovered. Just an absolute reversal last night in the grains, despite the biggest drop in crop conditions, yada yada yada. The market doesn't care. So when a market gets bad news and doesn't care, doesn't rally, that's something to always kind of pay attention to. Now, I'm not going to sit here and call the top, but I would say this, you know, um, 478 is a lot better than 425. But let's leave it at that. 1210 is a lot better than 1125. Last night we paused at 1225. That was a dollar off the June 30th low. So is that dollar worth anything? I don't know. Everybody has to make their own decisions. Remember, it doesn't cost any money to make a cash sale. At the end of the day, if you're a farmer or producer, you might not be in a situation to have money to hedge. I understand, but nothing is stopping you from making a cash forward sale. Um, okay, overnight price changes. Corn down 3.5 cents, 477. Novi beans down 13 and a quarter cent, 1206 and three quarters. We opened earlier at 22. Looked like we were going to go. We stalled at 25, and we are now down to. This is the thing I wanted to wrap up this morning with the beans. There's a gap at 1204. Last night's low was 1205. Below this number, there's some support down at 1190. 1206, which is also a very key support. It's the 38% retracement of the rally from 1125 to 1256 and a half. So lots of technicals here fighting it out. I hope it holds. I'm always pulling for higher prices, but defend what you can and make sure that if you haven't made any cash sales, remember we started the year with beans at 1050. Just think of that when you're saying, "Well, I can't sell it here at 1210 or 1205." Nobody sells the top. If you're a farmer or producer, what you want to do is catch the meat of the move and try and be in the upper 30% of available prices. So that's all I have to say about that. Wheat was a little bit higher last night, up 3 cents. Um, Wheat's kind of in its uh, pause here level. Wheat's already had a pretty big pullback after making those highs up there. Remember, September Chicago wheat just traded as high as 711, right? And we're at 655. Still a relatively good price there as well. In September, this Chicago wheat on the 30th, we were down at 568. So there's a dollar's worth of meat on the bone in wheat. There's a dollar's worth of meat on the bone in soybeans and corn. There's the low is 25. We're trading at basically 75. So there's 50 cents there. So you might not be the high, but don't let it all get away from you just because someone promised you, some huge number that you heard on the radio or at the coffee shop. Moving over to the cattle, it's still going to be dicey trade. We're probably going to have another $6 or $7 trading range in feeder cattle. Very, very tough to trade that right now. Has the market already figured out that New World screwworm has been factored in? The Mexican border is going to be opening up in the next month, scaled in. Um, I would keep my risk on paper, and I would be very, very careful trying to either call tops or lows there right as well. We've had a big sell off. The levels to watch in August feeders, it's got to be 336, which was the June 4th low. The low on Monday, we got down to 337. Then we bounced to 343. That's still going to be the fighting lines there. So if you're bullish cattle, you have to see 336 hold. If 336 doesn't hold, I think you're going to see some pressure. All right, this is Chris. Have a good day. 312-638-8868. For goodness sakes, get your risk on paper. And it's okay to be bullish, but don't be foolishly bullish. See ya.